I was born in Redmond, Utah on February the 29th in 1904, the second child of Emily McKenna. They were very good parents, and when I was 6 months of age, we moved to Salina. We lived there for a short time and moved to Moroni, then to Mount Pleasant, and back to Salina again. This was all before school age. During this time, I went to school at the Salina School and enjoyed many friends in that town and good teachers. And while living there, my folks was in business a great deal, and they ran a place that was called the Hotel of Salina, and then another rooming house, which had a lot of good people where a lot of the teachers stayed at that time. And we enjoyed it because of the teachers that lived there. And in my summer time, the summer months, I spent a great deal of time at Redmond with cousins and a grandmother, which we loved very dearly. She was my mother's mother, and in the wintertime she would come to our home and spend the winter months. My parents, with the hotel business and the rooming house, and they also run a cafe in this town. So they were gone from home a great deal, but we had good babysitters and was taken well care of. After I grew up, we moved to a place called Christiansburg, and it was a place east of Gunnison, Utah, on a ranch. And we spent quite a bit of our time there and went to school in Gunnison, which I disliked very much, and was very unhappy there. Then my father moved us back to Salina again, and then from there we moved to Idaho, where I then returned and married my husband. Then we lived in Garfield and raised our 7 children, and spent many happy days with them, with a lot of hardships and a lot of hard work. And all grew up and went to the Garfield School, and then later to the Magna to Cyprus. It was a sad thing when they moved us out of Garfield, when they tore the schoolhouse down and our church house and many things that we had enjoyed while living there. During the time I was in Garfield, I went to work out at Todd, and I worked there for a little over 2 years, helping things out as my husband got his foot mashed at the mill, and was laid up for some time, and having all the children in school made some hard times for us. After I was laid off at Todd, I went to work at the Garfield Trading for Mr. Glazer, and I worked there for some time and enjoyed the people who worked there and enjoyed my work a great deal. At that time, I was asked to work in the church, and I was counselor in the primary for quite a while, and then they put me in as president of the primary, and I really enjoyed working with the children in Garfield. It was all one ward at that time, and we had about 260 children in our primary, which was a lot of children to take care of in a tiny church house. And then I taught Sunday school for 1 year. Then I was in the mutual board for 1 year in Garfield. At that time, I worked during the summer months as president, and then fall as they were moving us out of Garfield, I had to give up the position of being president. Then I went to work, and I went to work for the school lunches, and worked a part of a winter, and was working nights, which became very tiresome, trying to keep a home up and staying up all night. Then I quit there and went to work at the best shop at Magna, and at this I worked for several years at this dress shop, and really enjoyed my work there, but it kept me from any church work as I got home late at night and was unable to do a lot of things that I should have been doing. My family had all left home with the exceptions of two when we came to Magna, which was Dorothy and Craig. And then they married and left us, so we're living by ourselves now, but we enjoy our family a great deal. Through our lives, we had quite a few hardships. There was depressions and hospitals and many things that happened to us, strikes and things that kept us from having money in the home to do the things that we would like to have done. But the Lord blessed us, and we had provisions to take care of them and feed them and clothe them and do very well by them. And as our family grew, they all went through school, graduated from high school, and had 3 boys graduate from the University of Utah. And with Ralph being hurt at one time when he was a tiny child, did a great deal of suffering, and it cost us a great amount of money to provide hospital and care for him, as there was no insurance or anything to provide at that time. And we have had many good times. While living in Garfield, we joined a group of people, and we went square dancing at night, and then we would go into the different homes and have a little lunch, and then go to our homes, and we really enjoyed a lot of good times. And we also had my husband's brother and his wife live in our town, and we would go places and do things with them during the Depression, which we had quite a few experiences with them, as usually the cars wouldn't be very good, and we'd go on little trips, and we'd have breakdowns and do a lot of things to entertain ourselves. We also had a group of ladies while living there that we'd get together once a week, and we'd put together what little things we had, and we'd have us lunch, and we'd laugh and have a good time, and we became very close friends, which we still are, the ones that are still living. And we still have our little club that we get together in the evenings, and once every 2 weeks, and we really enjoy the friends that we don't do much in the church other than help the Ladies in Relief Society make their quilts and do what I can on work day to help them out. I would like to say that we have our 7 children, we have 23 grandchildren, and we have 2 great-grandchildren. It seems as though we have a well and a healthy family, and we're real proud of our grandchildren. It seems like we have a special group of grandchildren, with most of them getting their A's in school and doing real well. We also have one grandson on a mission, and we're real proud of him and the work that he's doing for the Lord, and we hope that he can finish his mission, and and hope that we will have more boys in our family go on these missions. I do belong to the Daughters of the Pioneers, and I've held an office in it ever since that I have been in there, and we really have a fine group of ladies, and the lessons that we have there of our the lessons and the study that we have of our pioneer heritage is great, and we really enjoy our meetings once a month in our camp, and I think that they're doing a great job as far as our pioneer heritage is concerned.